My name is Erica Hontz Hoffman, class of '83. I graduated with a dual bachelor's. I came in the equine studies program because I loved horses and wanted to run my own horse farm. Um, Working in the dining hall, got doing some of their paperwork, was coached by the gentleman who was running it at the time, said, "You've got the business skill set." He says, "Put the business in with it." He said, "You'll need it for the equine field anyway." And ended up looking at the course catalog and found that I could dual major. So I have a dual bachelor's.
Awesome, that's so great. So tell me, so where are you originally from, and how did you kind of find Centenary?
My father was career military, so we traveled around a lot. I finished my last 3 years of high school and graduated from Rome Free Academy in Rome, New York. I found the Centenary College flyer posted in the gymnasium with a reference to the equine program. And that's how I then placed my information, my application with Centenary to start to come here.
Awesome, great. Tell us a little bit about how it feels to be back on campus, and your experience, and kind of reflect on what it was like, being here on campus, living on campus. Any kind of memories that you can tell us, we'd love to hear.
Well, it's been quite a few years, and the campus has grown quite a bit. All the new buildings on the far end of campus really add to what was here. We were still a fairly small girls' school. We were some of the larger classes because Centenary had gone to a four-year school in '76. So I was here '79 to '83, so we were some of the first groups yet that were just building into the bachelor's program. So we were seeing a lot of associates, graduates that were leaving, and then a smaller crew that were staying on into the bachelor's programs. Was still predominantly those living on campus. There was a fairly large commuter population from local, but it was fairly cliquey. If you were to be work into the right groups, it was a tough financial time for the college, though we didn't know it. And if we had known it or would have gotten out, it probably would have shut down completely. But we still had very, very good teachers who taught us what we needed to know. The basics of how to learn. And I can say a lot of very good teachers in that respect.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I was just going to ask, if any professors that stick in your mind that maybe said something to you, maybe gave you some advice that really stuck with you throughout your career and your life path, or just any professors that you love that just kind of pops into your head?
I had one professor who became a very good friend, who I only actually had for one class. It was actually a split semester in biology. They had two teachers who were teaching biology at the time, Dr. Erica Frank and Professor Lou Parrish. And he completed the second semester. That actually I did take equine genetics with him as well, and found it was just kind of a father figure for me, just talking with him a lot on that, and kind of got kidded by him. I was one of the few equine majors who excelled in the science. I wasn't a strong rider. I just loved horses, where a lot of the others were riders, had grown up around horses, and they could ride any horse in the barn, but they were struggling with the science classes. And I was the opposite of that. So.
Gotcha. Talk to me about campus life. As far as, do you have any friends that you still keep in contact with, or are you still in contact with maybe your roommates or anyone on campus?
I really pretty much lost touch. It was, again, tough years for the college and that size that a lot didn't really maintain their affiliation to the college. I still have email contact with my roommate. I actually roomed with Nikki Bogner for 3 out of my 4 years. So she's one of the few that I'm still in touch with. I occasionally on Facebook will see mentions from a couple of other of my classmates, but really aren't on a really tight basis.
Sure. And so talk to me about kind of life after Centenary. So where are you now? Or where were you previously? What did Centenary do for you as far as your career? And kind of walk me through how you're done.
I think teaching me how to think and analyze has been a big part of it. I never did get into the equine field, and parlayed the business not into the business administration or management end, but more into coming in on initially on an administrative job that led to being subject matter expert and the systems support for the computer applications as they started to develop within the companies I was in. 23 years in the telephone industry. We started with one terminal that was linked to the mainframe. And by 2009, when we merged with another company and I was let go, we had a laptop or a desktop on every desk. And everybody was, running all the computer applications. So learning the computer as that part of the industry grew. I mean, it was unknown at the time. I mean, everybody was learning how to use the computers as they showed up.
Awesome.
After I was laid off, went back, got my an additional associates, and they were questioning, says, associates on top of the bachelor's? Are you going for? No, I'm not going for my master's. I need this associates in database administration. And then went out looking again, and I'm now 3 years with a medical company in the York County area, Pennsylvania, doing their inventory management system, writing reports, and maintaining their data.
Awesome, that's great. So you're residing over in Pennsylvania, you said, correct?
Yes, Lancaster County.
Okay, cool. And what's it been like, coming back to Hackettstown? I'm sure Hackettstown in general has changed a lot. Centenary has changed a lot. What can you tell me about kind of like coming back on campus and just being back here?
A lot of seeing the buildings as they were. I mean, it hasn't changed that much on the older section of the campus. A lot of the rooms have been repurposed or things have moved around from one area to another, but it's still very much the campus I remember in structure and design. But everything else that's been built on the back end toward the Lackland Center is just incredible. What's been able to be done to improve the campus and make things better for the current students.
That's nice, and I like to hear that too, because I like hearing that, it's still, the same college, and it still has that same memorabilia feel to you that you were here when you were a student, but it's just we build and we're bettering the campus and the community, so that's awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming here and interviewing with us, and we wish you the best of luck, and thank you so much for coming back for our Alumni and Family Weekend.
Thanks, you're glad for being here.
Thank you.